You got to feel good, Gary, about the way things have worked out here for you.
Yeah, I feel really good about it. It's a great group of kids. I'm proud of them. They're fun to be around. They're smart. They work hard. Almost a complete total absence of drama all year. That part has been fantastic. Dick or Neil or Brent can tell you they're fun kids to be around.
How important is it the timing of what looks like getting Shepard and Cody sort of back up to speed?
Well, I think it's really important, Kyle. I'm not sure you could say, there's anything more important. Obviously, we're playing well. That's good. But those two guys are important. They have to pitch, and they have to pitch well. And they're going into the year. They're our 2 and 3 starter, and so to not have them for a significant period of time and still be able to be here today is a pretty good statement about the rest of our kikids.
Is Shepard ready to be a starter again? I mean, you're going to need him to do that, I assume, in this tournament run.
I don't know. Because he could certainly fill the back half of the game as we've been doing recently, and he's been really good at that part. So I don't know what we'll do. I got to figure out the first two. He won't start one of the first two, I don't think. I think I'll probably use him out of the pen. We'll see where it goes, but I need to spend a little bit of time looking at Kansas and learning more about them before I make any real decisions on that.
You don't know for sure that AJ will be the guy. You have to sort of weigh whether or not to hold him to the next.
To be honest, I don't know anything about Kansas offensively. So I think right now you'd anticipate that would be the way that we would go. Would be with AJ the first game. But I'll sit down and I'll look at it. Be honest, and I'll just see what makes sense. I'll make a good decision.
We just talked to you, 2 players that are playing in Louisville in a possible U of L matchup. Are you concerned about looking past Kansas? Not you, but your player.
I can guarantee you that we will not be looking past Kansas. Yeah, our last 3 regionals, Dick, we've won 6 games at the 3, and we're 0-3 in the first game. So I'm well aware of where we are, and we played well in 2 of those games. We didn't play well in another game. But we need to win the first game. We need to worry about Kansas and do everything that we can to play well on Friday.
See Kent State pop up in your regionals, send a shiver down your spine.
Not a shiver down my spine. There's some other emotions, though. Yeah, I've had so many conversations about those 2 ball games in Gary, Indiana over the past couple of years that I don't know what. Next question.
Long about the time.
I'm not bitter about that.
Long about the time you guys were in that Ole Miss series. What were your thoughts about this team and your concerns, and did you think that you could get to where you are right now?
Well, that's the crux of the matter right there. And I did think that we could get here. I knew we were better than that weekend. There were a couple of things that happened that weekend that are a part of being in this league. Sometimes you don't play well. Sometimes at Cliff Hagan, the wind turns around and goes out in a rush, and it did there for a period of 5 days. And we didn't have those other 2 kids at full speed, and we just didn't play well. I knew we were better than that. I think everybody knew that we were better than that. Concerned about the next weekend as well. We played a lot better, but we only won 1 game at Tennessee. We played much better, but we only won 1 game. And so, you got a period of 2 weeks, you're 1-5, and you got 6 games left, and you got to play better. And at that point, it made it really easy with the kids because you just get in front of them, you just tell them, hey, this is what it is. You got to win 2 series. It is what it is at that point. There's no getting around it, and which I kind of like. And just it's black and white, and you have to do it, and they did it. And I'm really proud of them. We played well the last 6.
How much better do you feel about the pitching staff as a whole after the last couple of weeks?
Well, for the 2 weeks, we had a 2-week stretch there that we didn't pitch very well, including a midweek, and so it's my 15th year in the league, and the ups and downs are coming. They just are. And my job is to remain steady and provide a good role model for those guys, because that's what they've got to do. I get too excited or too down or something, and they feed off of that, and then we got a problem on the mound. And there's probably no place in sport that's more important to be steady and confident than there is on the mound, because there's so much riding on that particular performance. I knew we would pitch better. I didn't know when, and I didn't know who, but I really felt like we would pitch better, and we have. Much more confident the last 3 weeks. Dramatically different body language, all of that. And sometimes you don't know why, but we have good kids.
Here, does it help that you're going to a place that's close by, that the fans can go, and the players talked about that their families, it's easier for them
I
to
think
get
that's
there?
a real benefit, John. I really do. That piece of it, I think being familiar is a benefit. You know, all you can do is really draw from your past experiences. I was really hoping that we weren't going to be someplace where it was 105. You know, that's not good for us. I think the fact that we can have our families there is very good for us in this particular group. I think the fact that we're familiar is good. We've played well there. We've won 3 out of the last 4 we've played there. I think that's doesn't guarantee anything moving forward, but I think it's a good thing for us. The atmosphere will be good. They'll do a good job, and the fans will show up, and it'll be game on, even Friday at 2, I believe. So you know, I'm excited about that. Our kids will be excited about it. I'm certain of that.
You said you count everything. Did you count how many times they said A.J. Reed on that broadcast?
No, I skipped that. I count the important things.
What's it like to see
No,
him get
but I know Kyle well. I don't know the other 2 as well, but I know Kyle Peterson well, and I know what he thinks of A.J. I know what everybody in our league thinks of A.J. And so we're super proud of him and the changes that he's made to get where he is, the commitment he made to himself and our program. I'm really proud of him and what he's been able to accomplish.
Have you commissioned the building of a large trophy case for all the hardware that he's going to send this way? There's like
Not
4 or
yet.
5 of those things.
We got some. Yeah, he's going to get some awards. We'll do a nice job, whatever it is. Mitch will be committed to doing a nice job. I'm positive of that.
With the 10 SEC teams that make the field, that's a program or a record for a conference. What does that say about the competition you guys have already faced, and how does that prepare you?
Well, when you look at the numbers, either what we did against the regional hosts or what we did against top 50 or #1 ranked teams, all that stuff's pretty strong. I mean, I don't think we lead the country in any of it, but we're also in the conversation in the top 5 or 10 in all of it. So I think that's a very positive thing. Having gone through that is the reason why our league does so well every year in the postseason. And even I thought one of the telling things was what they talked about what John's club did last year. Nothing spectacular about Mississippi State at all. But every year you say that about an SEC team, it seems like. There's something, they're not particularly spectacular in any facet of the game, but they end up doing a really good job in the postseason, and we'd like that to be us. But every year it seems to happen with one of our clubs, and I think that speaks to that. And you're just, to use a coaching cliche, you're battle tested and you're tough if you have the right personalities.
Gary, that ballpark that you're going to has that surface. You're familiar with it. I understand the mound's a little different, but you guys are familiar. How much of an advantage is that?
I think just the familiarity, and you're going to get, it's very rare to get a poor hop on those fields. So I think there's some peace of mind for your infielders. They can play where they're comfortable. Bad hops are almost non-existent. And I think just having been there, it will bring some peace of mind. Now, when the game starts, it's a game. Yeah, it's a game. What's that guy on the mound doing, and how good are they offensively, and who gives who extra bases and extra outs. All those things there. But in terms of on the front end, there's not going to be a lot of, we're not going to be wondering about where we're going or what it's like or anything like that. And we'll know the routine.
Is that mound different?
I don't know. And if it is, it doesn't make any difference. You have different fields, different things. We just don't. It's like umpires. It really is. They're not all the same, but it doesn't make any difference. You better adjust, and you better do it in a hurry.